Hi girls, this is Miss Page here. Happy Monday. Today is May 11th, 2020. And our I can statement for today's lesson is I can use text evidence in my short responses. Okay, so let's have a look at our short article here that we're going to use, and then we're going to formulate short response a short response answer based on this article. Okay, so this article is the Eiffel Tower. Okay, maybe some have seen pictures of the Eiffel Tower, maybe some of you have actually been to the Eiffel Tower and seen it in real life, or maybe if you've just heard about the Eiffel Tower. So, the Eiffel Tower. Paris is the capital city of France. This city is well known for many things. It's known for its charming streets, impressive art, and delicious food. One of the things Paris is most known for is the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower is a very tall structure. It stands over 1,000 feet tall. It has four huge legs. These bend inward till they meet to form a single tower. The structure is made of more than 18,000 pieces of iron. These iron pieces make a crisscrossing framework for the tower. This kind of framework is very strong, but also has many empty spaces. So the Eiffel Tower is tall and strong, but it weighs very little for its size. This tower was built for a huge event called the World Fair. It was the main focus of the event. Millions of people saw the tower during and after the event, and many of them hated it. Some people from Paris felt it was ugly. Others were afraid that it was not strong and safe and that it might fall. Today, though, people love the Eiffel Tower. About 7 million people visit it each year. It's thought of as a beautiful symbol of Paris. Okay, so the short response question that we're going to answer today, I'm going to help answer using our checklist, is what is the Eiffel Tower? Why is the Eiffel Tower thought of as a beautiful symbol of Paris? Okay, so I know before I even start typing my short response that I need to restate the question before I get started. So the Eiffel Tower is thought of, oh, not tower, is thought of as a beautiful symbol of Paris because, okay, that's how I need to start because that's restating what the question asked me. The question asked me, why is the Eiffel Tower thought of as a beautiful symbol of Paris? The Eiffel Tower is thought of as a beautiful symbol of Paris because why is it seen as such a magical place, as such a symbol that people go visit, people travel from all around the world? Why is that? Okay. And if you would like to reread or re-listen to me reading it, then go ahead. But what I'm noticing from here is that because it's such a tall structure and many people it visited each year, okay, the way it's built is incredible, but it's known as a beautiful symbol of Paris because it is such a tall structure and many people visit it each year. Now, I got this from the text, and I need to include my details. I've restated the question. I've answered the question. That's why it's a beautiful symbol of Paris, because it's such a tall structure and many people visit each year. But I need details from the text to support my answer. So we're going to take a look over here at our short response checklist. Does my response include, now we're going to do that, but we need, we're going to go down our checklist once we've written to make sure we have it all. But we need answer, detail. Okay, and this is where I need to get my detail. My first detail I'm going to put in pink. My next detail I'm going to put in blue. So let's read through. I want something, a sentence in here that tells me that it's a very tall structure. And I can see that right here. The Eiffel Tower is a very tall structure. It stands over 1,000 feet tall. Okay. And I'm going to put that in the pinky purple color. And then my next detail that I need shows me that many people visited it each year. And this sentence down the bottom here, about 7 million people visited each year. That's the other detail that I need. Okay. So I need to take these two details out of the article and put them in my response. Okay. So I know this because, okay, and I can copy it right on over, right into my response. Okay? I know this because the Eiffel Tower is a very tall structure. It stands over 1,000 feet tall. So I'm going to add a little bit in here, and I know this because the text says, the Eiffel Tower is a very tall structure. It stands over 1,000 feet tall, okay? Which shows me symbol of Paris. Okay, so I know this because the text says the Eiffel Tower is a very tall structure. It stands over 1,000 feet tall, which shows me that it is a grand symbol of Paris. That's showing me that it's a beautiful symbol of Paris. It's grand. It's huge. Okay. It stands over 1,000 feet tall. Now you can see when I'm doing my responses, I need to make a lot of edits and I need to do a lot of rereading, and that is not a big problem. Okay. So if you need to do that also, then you can continue to do that because I need to do that in my responses. Okay, now my other detail also shows me that many people visited it each year. So I know many people visit the beautiful symbol of Paris. Visit the beautiful symbol of Paris because the text says, okay, and it says right in here in my response, about 7 million people visit it each year. Okay, so again, I want to quote that right in there as my detail. About 7 million people visited each year. What does that show me? Which shows me it is a landmark that is extremely popular worldwide. Okay? So, going back to the question, why is the Eiffel Tower thought of as a beautiful symbol of Paris? The Eiffel Tower is thought of as a beautiful symbol of Paris because it is such a tall structure and many people visit it each year. That's me. I've answered the question. I know this because the text says the Eiffel Tower is a very tall structure. It stands over 1,000 feet tall, which shows me that is a grand symbol of Paris. I know many people visit the beautiful symbol of Paris because the text says about 7 million people visit it each year, which shows me it's a landmark that is extremely popular worldwide. This is why it's such a great symbol of Paris. Okay, I have my, this is my short response right here. Let's check our short response checklist. You should be checking this checklist every single time you do a short response. So does my response include an answer to the question? This here, I'm going to put in green, is the answer to my question. I have said in my own words why the Eiffel Tower is thought of as a beautiful symbol. And it's thought of because it's such a tall and grand structure and because many people visit it each year. Does my response include a detail from the text that supports my answer? Yes, I have it right here in the pink. I got that from the text. You saw me copy it over and I put it in. And I also backed it up to show what that detail is showing me. Okay, which is just really makes our response that bit stronger. Does my response include another detail? Yes, in the blue here, I have another detail which also shows why it's such a beautiful symbol. Okay, when people think of Paris, they often think of the Eiffel Tower. They're connected and it's a landmark that's extremely popular worldwide. Okay, does my answer include full sentences that make sense? Now you saw me doing a lot of editing. Okay, if I mistyped something or I missed out some words, and that includes a lot of rereading. So I'm going to reread it one more time just to make sure that my answer includes full sentences and that it makes sense. The Eiffel Tower is thought of as a beautiful symbol of Paris because it's such a tall structure that many people visit each year. I know this because the text says the Eiffel Tower is a very tall structure. It stands over 1,000 feet tall, which shows me that it's a grand symbol of Paris. I know many people visit the beautiful symbol of Paris because the text says about 7 million people visit it each year, which shows me it's a landmark that is extremely popular worldwide. Okay, so I have my answer and my two details, and then yes, my answer does include full sentences that make sense. Okay, now it's your turn. How is the design of the Eiffel Tower unique? Okay, so in the middle here of our article, it talked about the design. How was it built? What unique features does it have to make it the Grand Eiffel Tower? There's no building just like it. Okay, the Eiffel Tower is extremely unique. Why? How is it built? What's the structure that makes it different from another landmark in the world? Okay, so how is the design of the Eiffel Tower unique? Make sure you do use the short response checklist. Once you are done, remember and take a photo of your response and send it in on Class Dojo to your teacher. I look forward to reading your responses, and I hope you have a happy Monday.